Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing, non-profit, educational, or personal use. Tips a balance in favor of fair use. Okay, you guys, I'm going to read this again because I accidentally clicked on something, so I had to restart it. So this is from Scientology Online Courses. And since the other day I had read the Apollo series in which the guy, Stephen Manning, was talking about, I think her name was Karen Rousseau, young girl, who was being repeatedly AR'd by other men or young boys on that ship. I was thinking about her, and then I was thinking also about Amy Scobie, whom stated when she was sexually assaulted as a minor, she was told she was in treason. So that's why I'm reading this. Condition of treason. You know, ramblings of a lunatic, of course. Treason is defined as betrayal after trust. So that means, you guys, for all the little children that get AR'd by grown-ass men, to include little boys and little girls, if they're told they're in treason, they betrayed Scientology. Not the pedophile, but the child. LAPD seems to be all right with all this stuff. They don't know how to Google or do any research. They're just a little lost. Lost in the sauce. I mean, unless they're pushing that leg up. I mean, I don't know. Betrayal is intentionally acting in a way that breaks a promise or agreement after you have been trusted to do it. See how he just goes around in a circle? A person is in the condition of treason when he has gone against the activities and purpose he was trusted with. You see how crazy this is? Like, that could just be applied to anything. You know, maybe one of the children decides to go chase a balloon, you know, in the park. And that was against their rules. And they might be told they're in treason for that. So you could just plug it in. It's like an equation. Just plug it in. Narcissist wet dream. It will be found that a person who is a part of a group, his family, friends, the people he works with, or any group he is a part of, and who then breaks their trust, which could be anything, by the way. So that means, you know, you ask a question about Scientology, or you ask why you have to continually keep paying all this money, so that you are trying to avoid going to ethics, because at any time you ask a question, you're out ethics, as well as, including children, might write a KR on you, which is like the snitch culture, like of the Nazis and all the other places we've seen it. So you can't ask questions. Sound like the last 4 years of the whole world, but what do I know, right? Just some goofy redhead from the Midwest, right? And who then breaks their trust will upset or destroy some part of the group. There's the hive mind. I'm hoping to read the book, I forget what it's called, The Training of an Illuminati Slave, something like that, with Fitz Springmeier. Springmeier was always throwing out those hand signs, so who knows. By not knowing that he is the blank, so they can just fill it in, whatever it is, right? Squirrel, adult in a child body, you know, whatever it's called. He is committing treason. Says from a freaking Navy loser who couldn't even stay in and get rank because his commanders and sailors around him couldn't stand his guts. And neither could Aleister Crowley as well. He stole Parsons' girlfriend and his boat. I mean, it's just unbelievable. By not knowing that he is blank, okay? The results of this can be found in history. You see this ramblings of a moron. I just would love to know what books he was stealing from. A failure to be what a person has a job or position name of will result in a betrayal of the group. You see that? That's a hive mind stuff. So, you know, like maybe a 6-year-old that has been told he's in charge of the kitchen, like maybe he's a kitchen manager or whatever title they give him. So if that 6-year-old doesn't, make the grade and make sure he serves all the staff and or the Sea Org their meals on time, he might be guilty of treason. Forget he's 6 years old and he's only 4 foot, and maybe 80 pounds. He's still in treason. Almost all upsets in a group come from this one fact. Oh, I can't wait for this. A person in a group who, having accepted a position, oh, you mean like a child who was forced into it? Does that count too? Does not know that he is in the position, is in treason against the group. Oh, you know what? This is interesting. I heard a lot of ex-Scientologists whom were children. They would out them from the group for some reason. Let's say, oh, I don't know. Maybe a child didn't get up in time for muster. Let's just say that. Because they were exhausted, from all the manual labor that they were doing as a child. Then all of the group, let's say there were 15 different children, in the group, because their parents are nowhere to be found, because why not? And then the rest of the group, let's say at the ranch or wherever they were, would write knowledge reports on that child because that child was not in line, right? So, maybe that's treason, I'm not sure, but it just reminds me of that. Ramblings of a lunatic here. For example, a bus driver who goes out for the day and does not show up for work is in treason. Oh, wouldn't L. Ron Hubbard know, right? The black tooth, big-bellied, can't cut his hair, drug addict. He has people young and old, which that's a child. Young means child. Around the town waiting for him to pick them up. Finally, the owner of the company drives the bus himself. Like big whoop-de-doo, right? And handles the upset passengers. He had trusted the bus driver to do his job, and the bus driver broke that trust. The formula for the condition of treason is, wait, you guys, you're going to love this. I was scared to hit this little box. Watch. Where they'll send you email for the rest of your life. Okay, that's it, you guys. I'm going to put a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Peace.